Hi everyone, I know we're a little early, we've got a few minutes left, but I've just been watching Rebecca, so I know that you're hopefully all working your way over here and that she's just finished. So have we got all our ingredients? Who's cooking along? Who's just watching for shits and gigs? Let me know. I've got my old keyboard out here because every time I do this I get floury fingers and I get all flour in my Mac and it's messing it up. How's the lighting for everyone? Because I'm not sure if it's working for me at the moment. I'm not going to switch those fairy lights off because I like fairy lights, but I just feel like everything's a bit bright today, isn't it? Not outside, outside's miserable. Bonjour, Helen. How are you doing? And UK Vegan Family, they're on later. Meat Free Mike, hi, how are you feeling? How's it going? Hello, I'm Easy Vegan. Angarad, I'm sorry if I hope I'm saying your name right. I never know. Satan Inside, hello, all hail Satan. Reese, thank you. Peace with Reese. My girlfriend is watching. Tell her to, okay, I'll put that up. There we are. Reese's girlfriend, make Welsh cakes for him. Oh, hello everyone. Leon, Elliot Davis, just watching for shits and gigs. That's perfect. I hope we can interact a lot here and we can have some fun. Hello, Holly Brooks. These are all names I haven't seen before. This is so exciting. Hi, B. Hello. B joins in my live streams that we did over Christmas, and we're going to do some more. It's just I'm working really funny shifts at the moment, so I haven't had a chance to do any more live streams, but I've got lots of videos planned for Veganuary because this is a very important month for veganism, because we have to convert everyone, don't we? We have to stop them eating all those beautiful animals that we've just seen at Dean's Farm Sanctuary, or Dean's Farm Trust. So, I am going to try and share as much as I can. Hello, Rebecca, Vegan Pixie Warrior. This is so lovely. Bernie V, hello. Oh, thank you. Michelle Lowe, lighting's good. Thank you. Thumbs up the stream, please, guys. Yes. So you all know, I think, that why we're here. We're doing it for Dean's Farm Trust. Really, really important. While I'm doing this, while I'm cooking and everything, I will be trying to share the screens, but I haven't done that yet. It sounds a bit technical for me, but there's a first time for everything, isn't there? So yes, Bee's the air fryer queen. She can make these Welsh cakes at a later date in her air fryer, I hope. Welsh cakes are a cross between scones and pancakes, by the way, which is why I'm doing it on Rob the Hob. Someone over on Instagram suggested this. I don't know if they're watching. If they're watching, please say hi and I'll give you a shout out. Hey, Vegan Mooncat, how are you? I'm looking forward to your fuck you flute later. That was very funny. It reminded me of something that maybe David Bowie would have done in the 80s. I don't know. That's the sort of woodland vibe I got from it. I don't know what sort of vibe you were going for, but it was funny. So this is wonderful. I guess you all want me to start cooking as well, don't you? But we've got a whole hour to fill. So I'm very good at talking shit. You're hopefully good at listening to shit. And the right way to shove veganism down people's throats is that with food or just by yelling at them? Because I yell at a lot of people. I've had some awful comments recently and it's just really pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? So if you're cooking along, then let the cooking commence. If you're just watching, oh, thank you, Rebecca. I'm blushing now as well. You guys are so lovely, honestly. Vegans are lovely, aren't they? I'm just sitting here eating my wife's homemade chocolate and peanut birthday cake. Are you now? All right. Shame we don't have sharing vision yet. Does anyone remember play days when they used to put it through the YTech? I tried to make one of them out of paper once. Never tried Welsh cakes before. Looking forward to this. Good. So am I. I have tried Welsh cakes before. Do you know where I tried Welsh cakes? I made them last time I visited Wales. And I wish I'd known about this sanctuary then, because it was only a couple of years ago. I was vegan and we would have loved to have visited an animal sanctuary because we were with my grandma as well and she's also vegan, so she would have loved it as well. So it's a shame we didn't know about this place, but Bee wants your wife's cake now. Please simmer down, Bee. I thought Grumpy Vegan Grandad was the one we had to worry about. Oh, well done, Michelle. This is wonderful. You're all distracting me so much. I haven't even started cooking yet. It's always a euphemism with Bohemian Bee, Reese. But we love it. Who never heard of Welsh cakes? Like the sound of them. I shall have to find out the ingredients. The ingredients are below. If you scroll not too far, I've left the ingredients, and then below all the links to donate and sponsor animals and everything. That's what I'm going to try and be sharing on the screen later, as well as the schedule that Rebecca, Vegan Pixie Warriors, created, which was super, super helpful. I'm a scatterbrains and I love to be organised, so that was super, super helpful. We love Welsh cakes, so do I. So I hope I'm getting through. I don't know what I was going for, just a little fun for us vegans. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Hope you like the shirt. It was made for me and given to me as a Christmas present from the lovely lady who designed my logo. She is a vegan graphic designer. If you want to pay a vegan graphic designer for their services instead of funding someone's nasty eating habits by paying them instead. That's how we work here. Remember to, oh, thank you, Reese. Thank you very much. That's me, meet and eat. Right, shall I stop talking and crack on with it, guys? If you're cooking along, then you'll have your ingredients hopefully out already. If not, I shall try and go through. Hang on, I'm going to try and share the screen. Actually, this is, let's get technical. Right, Welsh cakes. I'll put the ingredients up here now, or try to anyway. How's that? I don't know how to do it, guys. Application window. Honestly, don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. If anyone can be of assistance, that would be most appreciative. Can you see that? I don't know. I need two devices for this, don't I? That is the vibe I'm getting here. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to share with two screens, actually. But if anyone's got any advice for me, then please let me know, because I don't want to let the side down. It's okay, you'll get there. I'm not sure I will be. I'm not sure I will. But the point is, we're going to make some lovely things. And all you guys are also mentioning all the things. They're all linked down below. So even if I don't manage to share the screen, please click below and find all the links to everything that you can do to help this animal sanctuary, okay? Moon Cat help, yes please. Okay, make those cakes. You're right, Rebecca. I'm talking. Right, let's go. Let's go. So here we have a bowl. And into this bowl is going the 225 grams of flour that I have linked below in the description. This is I can't remember the recipe I used before from Welsh cakes, but this is a Gaz Oakley recipe because he is Welsh. So I thought it's going to be well authentic if I use a vegan Welshman's recipe. I've got my old coffee out as well. I love a fresh coffee. What next? Let's just add all the dry ingredients into here. We've got some sugar. I think that's about 75 grams. We've got some sultanas or currants or raisins, whatever you want to use. You can even use mixed fruit, I reckon, in this. I don't think it's traditional, but about half a teaspoon of baking powder, which is about that. There we are. You can measure it out properly, but... And then we put some mixed spice in here as well. But you don't have to use that. Lots of people don't like things like this. But that's okay. That's all right. Do you like my tattoo, guys, by the way? Vegan for the animals. This is my vegan tattoo sleeve. So I whip out my fish feel pain a lot. Hope you enjoy it. Got lots of cows and pigs and all sorts on there. Bees. We've got to look after the bees, haven't we? Especially now after they've reverse that ban on that awful bee killing pesticide. We're all fucked, basically, humans, now that they've done that. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm not holding back my swearing either, because I've just watched Rebecca's and she swore all the way through. I can't help but swear. I swear a lot, so I'm not censoring myself today. Okay. Right, we've got all the dry ingredients in there. Now I'm gonna put some butter in there. If you want me to show you what butter I'm using, I am happy to do that, because it's the Flora plant block. And if you're not familiar with the Flora plant block, it's the one that comes with no plastic packaging. So I really like that about it, because I'm trying to reduce my plastic consumption. It's hard, especially during months like Veganuary. It's no longer known as January, it's Veganuary. It shall be so. And because every new thing is coming out, and I fucking love food, so I just want to try everything. So it is hard. So I like to try everything once and then try and make it myself and then show you guys. I veganized a lot of, I don't even like saying their name, McDonald's wraps and stuff over on my channel. So if you're trying Veganuary and you have realized that paying a nasty corporation like McDonald's is bad news, then please check those out, because that is another fantastic way to stop animal abuse. Even if you're buying their veggie wrap, you're still contributing towards an animal's suffering. I don't know what sort of vegan you are, if you boycott big companies like that or not. Whether you do or you don't, it's always good to make your own things at home. Thank you so much for supporting us. Oh, hello, Dean's Farm Trust is here. I'm going to put their comment up so you can all see. How exciting. Thank you for joining us. Wish we could taste those Welsh cakes. We love a Welsh cake. Well, these are so easy to make that get someone to make them for you. What I should explain now is what I've done is I've added all the dry ingredients into a bowl. Now I've added the butter and I'm mixing it all together with my fingers, crumbling butter through the flour and everything to make sort of a breadcrumby texture, a bit like if you were making a crumble topping or shortbread dough. Because shortbread's also very easy to veganize. And I have a couple of cookbooks that I found on the side of the road that I wouldn't normally purchase because they're not vegan, that I'm going to veganize some recipes from as well. So I think shortbread would be a good one. I think in the future, we're going to do a few more live streams, so that might be some good recipes for a live stream. Oh, thank you, Satan Inside. My sleeve took about 2 years to do. It wasn't an overnight process, but trust the tattooist, and let them roll with it. So what have we got here? So as you can see, this has completely turned into sort of breadcrumby mix now. All the butter is incorporated into this. So now I'm just going to add some liquid, which comes in the form of plant-based milk. Right. So I'm going to mix this together to form a dough. I don't know if you can see that very well. I probably need a better camera setup. I actually just mostly use my phone. I need to save up for a camera, really. If any of you have got any good, reasonably priced camera recommendations that are better than the option I have at the moment, it might not be a better option because using my phone is actually working out quite well for me. Like Rebecca mentioned earlier, Vegan Pixie Warrior, I have 100 subscribers and I haven't been doing this long. So I'm still really overwhelmed when anyone supports me with it. It makes me really, really happy. So thank you guys. It's a pleasure having you here. It's a pleasure doing it for such a wonderful organisation. Sanctuaries, as we all know, are fantastic. If I ever win the lottery, there is absolutely no question that I would be opening a sanctuary in my back garden, basically. I've got a lovely field there. I'm going to offer the farmer an offer he can't refuse, and I'm going to set up a sanctuary and you can all come and camp there. So that would be really cool. An eco campsite on a sanctuary, that would be fun, wouldn't it? With a vegan cake shop, because not all sanctuaries have vegan cafes, which is crazy, isn't it? So we have a dough here now. Don't know whether I should add some flour to this. But what I think I will have to do is wash my hands, because I don't want to get, I'm just turning on Rob the Hob here. I don't want to get dough on everything. So I'm going to be gone for like 2 minutes, but stay there, everyone. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm still here, folks. I'm still appreciating your support. I'm just not there in the flesh right now. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Michelle Lowe uses her phone a lot for filming. That's good to know. You're never sure if you're doing the right thing, but as long as it's working for you. Just subbed. Let's pump up the number, guys. Yes. Pump up the number. Yeah. Let's get that number going up. Yes, let's. While we're just waiting for the hob to warm up, I think I'll put the rest of this butter in here, actually. Rob the Hob, it's hot, hot, hot. Rob's feeling hot, hot, hot. Ole, Welsh cakes, 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 feeling hot, hot, hot. I do a lot of shimmies, I think, on this channel. Apologies if you don't like a shimmy, you're in the wrong place. All righty. Right, should we talk more about the sanctuary while we're waiting for the hob to warm up? Come on, Rob. Come on, Rob. Adam films and edits everything on his phone. That's good to know. I'm using my computer to edit stuff at the moment. My phone to film it, so that's good news. Okay. All this modern technology we've got at our fingertips nowadays, and gives us the ability to share things like this, like these sanctuaries, and these sanctuaries can now have websites and stuff that we can share, and we can set up live streams on YouTube, and then we can share all the documentaries on Facebook and Instagram. I don't use Facebook so much anymore, but I found it such a useful tool when I first went vegan, just as a sort of outlet to just share all the shit I was seeing about animals and just try and get more people vegan. And it worked because my grandma had Facebook and she turned vegan at the age of 79 and she's 82 now. So Facebook is a really good resource for sharing all this technology we've got. It's really important to use it as another platform of sharing content that people aren't seeing. And honestly, everyone has Facebook now. I really don't see an excuse as to why people aren't seeing this footage and stuff. They're either really fucking ignorant or they're blocking the vegans they have on their Facebook and stuff because they don't want to see it. And if you don't want to see the truth, then you shouldn't be paying for it, should you? We all know that. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but it's good to have a rant. In fact, I rant about this sort of thing every day. Don't cross me at 6 a.m. in the morning and start talking about vile things that aren't vegan either, because you're not going to get a pretty side of me. Someone discovered that yesterday. He ended up apologising. It just wasn't good enough. Apology not accepted. Because in essence, you might be kidding, but they are going home to eat their animal products and it doesn't wash with me, unfortunately. I get bad comments or just ignored on Facebook. Yeah, I just get ignored now, but I've got so many vegans on my Facebook, it sort of feels like a bit of a redundant space now. So this is why I set up this YouTube channel, to try and, I'm hoping that soon it's sort of a more open platform here. You don't have to have friends for them to see your content, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that someone will search something to do with McDonald's, for example, and find one of my recipes and realise that they can veganise what they're already eating. And I like throwing a bit of activism in there by saying things like eggs are gross and shit like that, because they are. And I don't actually usually refer to them as eggs. I refer to them as chicken ovulations, but I'm not sure what people are comfortable with me saying on YouTube, because there might be kids watching. But I saw Reese. What do you use to edit? Are you talking to me, Reese, or UK Vegan Family? Let us know. I'm putting these now in Rob, inside Rob. I'm putting my pancake inside Rob. And I hope, I don't know if I need some oil or something here, but this hob gets really, really hot. So I will certainly be able to make some slapping vegan dishes though. Good. I'm going to turn this right down now because it is burning a bit, I think. But oh well. I'm going to get some oil. I'll be right back. I might wash my hands again as well. Ole, ole. Okay, back. Got some oil. Right. Let's go, let's go. It's unfortunate I can't really show you now what's happening in the pan, but it's the end result that we're after, isn't it? So I don't know how many of you have visited Dean's Farm Trust. Who is that handsome man pinning the comment? It's you, Reese. It's you, Reese, there. Did you mean, who are you asking about the editing, Reese, by the way? We leave no stone unturned here. It's all relevant. So I'm just flipping my Welsh cakes at the moment. Well, you can probably tell I'm a bit scatty, so my thoughts are everywhere all the time. So if we cover many conversations during this live stream, then I guess that can only be a good thing, can't it? So I'm just putting the dough, basically, for my Welsh cakes into the pan and then just flattening them with the spatula and cooking them like that in a bit of oil. These are going to be sweet, by the way. I'm asking you, Chantal. I use iMovie because I have a Mac, so I use iMovie. Some of these guys here have recommended other programs to edit with, but I am happy using iMovie at the moment. I'm just not happy with the laptop I have because it doesn't have enough memory, so that is a problem I've come across. You need a lot of memory to export the files and stuff, uploading and things, so I've had a bit of trouble with that. But yeah, I use iMovie because it comes with the computer, it's free with it. I use iMovie to edit as well. So yeah, iMovie. Rebecca, she uses, I can't remember what Rebecca uses, but she did tell me. I'm a Premiere boy. Okay, Premiere boy. I love it when people spell boy like that. I do it all the time. Nice one, Reese. So, what sanctuaries have you all been to? How many people here, raise your hand if you've been to Dean's Farm Trust? I have a Mac, but it's definitely outdated. That's the problem, is that if it's outdated, then you can't get the new updates for iMovie. So you can't use iMovie. And I bought a refurbished Mac thinking I was being good for the environment and everything recently to upgrade my laptop. But my laptop was newer than the refurbished Mac and I couldn't upload anything I wanted and I had to send it back. So that's the end of that story. Wasn't Rebecca's live stream wonderful? She really covered everything, I think, to do with Dean's Trust. I need to get this right. Dean's Farm Trust. Much more than I'm going to be able to. And Rebecca's actually been as well to Dean's Farm Trust. That's why she's raising her hands there. So DaVinci Resolve is what Rebecca uses to edit. Llama Fusion for iPad Pro is what Satan Inside uses, and a one-off payment of £30. So yes, no, it's no problem, Rebecca. It was a lovely stream, much more informative than this one is, because I'm telling you to make Welsh cakes. But they're vegan Welsh cakes, so they're going to serve a purpose, because then we can turn the whole of Wales vegan with vegan Welsh cakes. There's literally not a food you cannot veganise. There's no excuse anymore to be abusing animals. And what I've found is the number one reason people, this is why I started this channel, this is why I went into the food creation side of veganism, is because I had a lot of influence from my family. Both sides of my family were restaurateurs and stuff and had restaurants. And the reason I started leaning towards the food side of veganism is because I did a lot of activism, which I still completely agree with. But the number one reason people say, I can't go vegan, I don't know what I'd eat. There we have it, food, okay? Welsh cakes are important. So exactly, the food side of things is the number one reason I find why people tell you they can't go vegan. If you find food that they can eat, then we've eliminated the excuses. Then comes the activism as well, with the education and everything side of it. And people need to learn about why they're doing veganism. They don't just need to be handed with a plate of food and go, you need to eat vegan food. They won't understand why. So veganism is activism with food. So we need to tell people why it's so important to go vegan, but also present them with decent food. There's no point making a plate of lentils and giving it to someone and saying, this is what vegans eat, because it's simply not true. And this year, more than ever, I think we've realised that, because there's so many new launches coming out for vegans and stuff. And these people hopefully will see all this stuff in the shop. And this is why places like Dean's Farm Trust are so important, because people are still visiting zoos and they shouldn't be. We shouldn't be supporting zoos. We should be supporting animal sanctuaries and taking children to these places where we can educate them about animals. So sanctuaries are really important, not only for the fact they save animals' lives, but they also educate people. So we need to keep these sanctuaries going. We need to. I want to open one day, I just don't have the funds. And I've got a tight farm that lives behind me that won't sell his field to me. I've already asked him. It's not for sale. Anyway, yummy big breakfast here. See, we're all talking about food, see. It's so important to everyone. You never hear anyone say, I don't want to go vegan because I just love paying for animal exploitation. You don't hear it. Some people don't care, but they never admit to wanting to exploit animals, apart from the farmers. Farmers won't go vegan because they love exploiting animals. And it's true. You can farm other things like hemp. We're not trying to take your jobs away from you. We just want you to farm something else that isn't cruel, that's all. It's not hard. It's not a hard concept, veganism. So I'm just gonna do the best I can on sharing the screen here. I don't know if you can see all of this. Can you see all that? But this is the lineup for the next 24 hours, basically. Rebecca's done the first 2 hours. Tell me quickly, can you see that? Anti-vegan nonsense. Hello there. How you doing? Thank you, thank you. I'm listening, just making a hash brown sandwich. Oh, yummy. Did you do that in your air fryer? Is that a silly question? Thumbs up, stream beams. You couldn't see what I was just doing. Okay, perfect. I don't know what I'm doing. Managed to catch the cakes are in the pan. Hello, Jenny Cox. Yes. So we still have some dough here. I've mixed some dry ingredients together, which are listed below. Then I just mixed them. What do you want to see, Holly? Do you want to see the cakes in the pan? You'll ignore that first burnt one. That stuck to the pan a bit. I'm going to get them out and put them on a plate in a bit. Don't worry. And then we'll have a nice chat. I fell in love with a gorgeous property before I bought where I am now, but there was a pig farm close by, so I couldn't buy it. And that's the thing, like, I got told in my office the other day, if you say anything more about vegan food, Chantal, because I've managed to latch on to one other vegan in the office. And we talk about vegan food all the time. And I was told, if you don't stop talking about vegan food, we're going to start talking about, I hate this word, pork pies and barbecues. I was like, you talk about that all the time anyway, and it's really fucking difficult because every time you speak about it, I get taken to a slaughterhouse in my head. Pig's my favourite animal, and you're talking about eating them, and they're more intelligent than 4-year-olds, so zip it. So instead, I just reeled out my YouTube playlist, which was all about serial killers and stuff. So I don't know what's a more favourable conversation, but I didn't get asked to stop talking about serial killers. So obviously, meat eaters like serial killers. They basically are them. No, fuck that. Exactly. Slightly crazy vegan. Thank you, B. I'll get one out of the pan and show you. I don't think they're quite cooked through yet, but they're certainly looking like Welsh cake. That one's quite firm, actually. I might start getting them out and I'll cook another batch. So I've made 4 already, and I reckon I've got, what's the time? We've got half an hour left. I reckon I could get another 4 out of this. Thank you, Reese. I do rabbit on about veganism, I know, and this is exactly the right place to do it. But I also do it in my everyday life, and it gets annoying for people. But if it's annoying, then stop doing it. Do you know what I mean? If you don't like what I'm saying, I've been told I overthink it all. But it's there, isn't it? Once it's there, it's there. What temperature are we cooking the cakes on? So this hob gets quite hot, so I'm doing it on number 2. But if you were doing it on your gas hob, this is an electric hob, and his name is Rob. If you were doing it on your gas hob, I would say a medium heat. But again, you've just got to sense it. You don't want it to burn like my first one here did. I had it on too hot. And you want a tiny bit of oil in the pan, and then you just want to fry them basically like pancakes. And I think the thing is with these, it's similar to pancakes, you need to season the pan, which means the first couple of pancakes in oil are always going to be not as good as the later ones because you haven't seasoned the pan. The pan hasn't got used to the oil and everything, and you don't overthink it. How can people ignore cruelty once they know about it? Exactly, that's what my grandma always says. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, can you? It's just there. And that's what I try to explain to them. But you can't educate ignorance sometimes as much as I'm trying. Or you overthink it. I don't overthink anything. I just know the truth now. I use a griddle for mine. That's also a good shout. Yes. Have you got any cooking qualifications? Not so many. I've been cooking since I was about 4 years old, though, because my dad always had restaurants. So he used to bring me into his kitchen and get me to prep all the food with him. And this was before we were all vegan. So it wasn't food we'd eat now. And then growing up, he owned restaurants and stuff. So I just worked in his restaurants and things, and I did a lot of food prep for him in the restaurants. And then I got the job working for Vegan Life magazine and Plant-Based magazine. Oh, and then once I went vegan, I opened my own vegan catering company and took that to vegan fairs and stuff, and made cakes and everything for that. And then I got the job at Vegan magazines working as the food creator. Yeah, my qualifications are life experience. And I found that working with a chef with the magazine, on the magazines, we used to make all our food in-house for the magazines. We used to get it shot in-house as well. And then it would be put in Plant-Based magazine or Vegan Life magazine, sometimes on Yoga magazine, which was another one of our magazines. I found that working with a chef on the magazines, we had the same sort of knowledge at that point, because I had more experience than him, but he had qualifications. So no, I don't have any formal qualifications, but it hasn't held me back so far, and I don't think it's going to hold me back in the future. I wish my parents taught me how to cook. It was actually my dad that taught me how to cook as well. So he does most of the cooking. We are pushy vegans. I'd like to push a whole lot of them carnies down a bit. Oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to push a whole lot of them carnies down a big pit and bury the lot of them. See how it feels. And unfortunately, that has happened to humans in history, and we're just repeating it with animals. Not to devalue, there's a lot of controversy about this at the moment online. I'm not going to go into it too deeply, and I don't want to take away from humans and their suffering. But we are treating animals so appallingly, and we're fighting for human rights all the time. But we've got to equally fight for animal rights, you know. And sometimes I feel like I fight for animal rights more because I love animals, and I'm going off humans rapidly. Not that anyone deserves any suffering, though. 33 watching, that's fantastic. Have you always lived in the countryside, Chantal? So I sort of live, I live in Essex, so I live by the sea, but I'm surrounded by fields, but I also live in a town. So it's a bit complicated. I'm sort of not quite in the countryside, but I'm surrounded by farms and stuff, and a lot of countryside. Hopefully I'll continue to be surrounded by countryside, but with the population growth, lots of fields are getting knocked down, aren't they? Knocked down, but built over for housing estates and stuff like that, which makes me really sad. But yeah, at the moment I live sort of in the countryside, on the outskirts of a small town by the sea, and I've lived here all my life. I have, yeah, I suppose I've lived, yeah, in the countryside, but also by the sea all my life. I'm in Maidstone. It's not far, but close to the country. Yeah, Maidstone's lovely. Watched 73 Cows the other day. Brilliant change. Well, after last night, I've really lost a lot of respect for him. What happened last night? Anti-vegan nonsense. Did I see this? Did you tell me about it? Tell us what happened in a nutshell, please. I'm going to get a plate. Vegan Mooncat is actually coming on after me. So big up Vegan Mooncat. And he's the one that Rebecca mentioned in hers, Vegan Pixie Warrior. He's very funny, but I also hope that he manages to share his screen so you can see more about Dean's Farm Trust. But as I mentioned below, all the details to donate are below. And if you're not watching in real time, you can still donate, okay? It doesn't matter how much you donate. And I've said this to my followers on Instagram. I lost my Tempeh, that's my Instagram account. If you follow me on there and not linking me with that, because my name on here is completely different. I'm not sure whether I should keep it or not, like this name actually. Then you'll see that I've been appealing to the vegans on my Instagram, which I'm hoping aren't just there for food, they're also there for the animals. So I've been asking them as well to be kind and donate some money. Can you see that, everyone? I'll be posting a final image of these on my Instagram as well, so you'll be able to see what they look like. Shall I try one? Try it. Let's be having you. Light and fluffy in the middle, just the right amount of sweetness, nice and crispy on the outside. A cross between scones and pancakes, but done in a pan. Could be done in your air fryer as well. Super. Right. Anti-vegan nonsense. They put mayo on his sushi, refused to acknowledge their mistake, refused to make it right, which is even worse. Oh, fucking hell. That's bad. Was it a chain of places? Can we publicly shame them? Because that was not good enough. Reese's girlfriend. This is a public service announcement. Do not forget to make Reese some Welsh cakes. Thank you. Goodbye. There we are, Reese. Can everyone see what happened to Mike? This sort of behaviour from a restaurant is not acceptable. And coming from a hospitality family, customer is always right. And in this case, Mike, you were absolutely right. But unfortunately, customer service has gone down the pan nowadays. And humans are just being absolutely vile to each other. Some woman the other day, this isn't really vegan related, but it just made me hate humans even more. And it's only a small thing, but because we're in the middle of an animal-derived pandemic that all these meat eaters have caused, I'm standing aside and trying not to get too close to these people. And I stood aside for one lady whose son pushed past on a bike, and then she just walked past me, and I made it very obvious that I stood aside for her. And she didn't thank me, so I said, "Oh, you're welcome." And she started effing and blinding at me in the street, asking me why I was kicking off at her, and I was like, I just want a thank you, that's all. Instead, you let me stand there like a twat while you just push past me. That's all I want, a thank you. And I just think, as humans, if we can't even accept, or can't even acknowledge basic manners, then where the hell are we? Do you know what I mean? And that, unfortunately, Mike, is how you were treated last night. Just an apology. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard to go and write it. They've made more trouble for themselves now, because you go onto Twitter or anything and just complain, and we should be complaining about these places that are mistreating vegans, because we have rights, don't we? And UK Vegan Family can tell you all about that as well, because they are fighting for better food in schools at the moment, and they are going to be on later as well. So I'm just cooking another batch. I'll get rid of this, hang on. Can you try and make Yorkshire puddings with? Sure, I have actually just made toad in the hole on my Instagram. And I put the recipe, I can't remember if I did put the recipe up there, and that was with Oggs. That was with Oggs Aquafaba, which, as most of us probably know, is just drained chickpea water. But I can try and make one with the cracked stuff, sure. That's no problem. But if you like toad in the hole, I've got a recipe on my Instagram. I lost my tempeh. I can link that if you want. I think it's time, actually. I should start linking other people's streams, so I'm going to try and attempt to do that. That's about as I lost. Oops. Can't even do that. You're getting real Chantel here, the scatterbrains, okay? I hope you're not all bored. So the worst thing is they know we are vegans. So when we picked up, they didn't even make right and say, oh, we put mayo, we'll make new ones. I just think that's really shoddy. Oh shit, I need to see some toad in the hole. It was very good toad in the hole. Just perfect batter, you know. I made it for Vegan Life magazine. and then adapted it so I could use some Oggs in it, some aquafaba. Just Vegan Mooncat as he is sexy. Okay, I'll try and find the link to his thing. Just bear with un momento, per favor, is what I'm trying to say. That was easier than saying just one moment, please, in English. So here is the link to Vegan Mooncat's live stream, which will be happening in just 15 minutes now. So I hope you can see that. How much are we up to now? That's a good question. I'm such a grandma. Oh, 31. And we've been going for 45 minutes and 35 seconds. So I was worried I wouldn't be able to fill some time. And then I realised that I don't have to talk some shit. So here we are, folks, 45 minutes in. And we haven't even finished making the Welsh cakes. Oh, well. I just made a little donation. Now, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. I made a donation yesterday. It wasn't much. But it's all a contribution. And now I know where to do it because all the links are down below. And now I know about their website and everything, which is a really, really good website. You can sponsor animals and everything on it. Now I know about it. I can do it as often as I want now. And you don't have to sign up to anything. You can do it as a one-off GoFundMe payment, or you can sort of start a direct debit subscription to donate some money to them. There are so many options for you to, and I just wish I could get it all on the screen right now, but unfortunately I need more education in that sort of thing. So hopefully we'll be doing stuff like this in the future. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? More of these live streams, get more people involved. And I'll have learned a bit more about YouTube technology by then. Oh, hey, Grumpy Vegan Grandad. How are you doing? What time's your slot on? Grumpy Vegan Grandad is on at, where are we? 5:30. Yes? There's his link. Driving back from a photo. Oh, darling. You're doing an amazing job, Chantel. Oh, thank you, Pixie. Thank you. That means a lot to me. We sponsored a resident, 2 rabbits. Yay! I told you about the rabbits I rescued recently, didn't I? I found some rabbits going free at the end of my road, and I thought that's never a good sign. And I was walking past them, so I drove back. No, I walked past, and then I said to my boyfriend, right, get your van. We're going to pick up these rabbits. And we picked up these 2 rabbits, and because they were going free, I didn't want them to be used for something awful, you know, or get into the wrong hands. And they found a new home with someone in Newmarket, and we dropped them off New Year's Eve. So if I told any of you about the rabbits or asked any of you for your help, it's all been sorted. The rabbits are now house rabbits. They live inside and they're living their best life, jumping all over this lady's bed and everything. And it's so, so adorable. 2 lovely floppy-eared rabbits. So that's another good thing about Facebook, guys, is I found this person on Facebook. I put out just a status, you know, and it took a couple of days, and then someone came back to me and said, I'll have the rabbits. And we drove them to Newmarket. And so even if you don't use Facebook for personal use, it is really good for rescuing animals and stuff like that. So try and get as many vegan friends on Facebook if the old activism isn't working anymore. Head over to the Vegan Mooncat after this. Yes, I've linked his thing up here somewhere because he's on next. He's on in less than, well, about 10 minutes now. If you've just joined us, then thank you. We're just coming to the end of making some Welsh cakes. I'm just enjoying this one here. I'm sorry none of you can join me, but they're really, really easy to make. Hi all, hench herbivore. How's it going? We've just finished making Welsh cakes. How are you? What time are you on, hench? I'll have a look. I'll post the link to yours here. Hench is a perfect example of how you can be strong and be vegan. There's actually loads of people now proving that, to be fair, that no one's dying of a protein deficiency. My brother and my mum are in the fitness industry and they are not dying of protein deficiencies. So that's another myth we've quashed with veganism. Running out of excuses, meat eaters, I'm afraid. Death breaths. I haven't had to whip out my rest in peace Carnis tattoo yet for them at work. But that's in a place they'll probably never see. Donate, donate, donate. £1 helps, guys. If 100 people gave £1, that's £100. You know, if we rally together, and there's so many people on Instagram that love food and they love vegan food and they say they're vegan, but I really hope they're donating as well. And don't be embarrassed with as much or as little as you can give, okay? I'm very good, thanks. 2 Welsh cakes to go, please. No problem. There you go. That was probably 4, actually. Donate, donate, donate. £1 helps, guys. Who's next? It's Vegan Mooncat. I'll link his thing here again. I have already. Not long till he's on. He popped in to say hello a little while ago. I do hope you've enjoyed this, guys. But just remember that this isn't about Welsh cakes, really, is it? It's about the animals. We're all doing this for the animals, okay? So donate anything you can. Links are all below. Really sorry I didn't get to share everyone's links and everything because I just don't know how. I'm a grandma. Hench is a growing lad. He could probably smash 10 of these, to be fair. I've only made 8 though. Thank you, UK vegan family. I don't know how to talk though, don't I? But imagine how much editing I have to do in my actual videos. I cut most of them out. It's just me talking. I'm going to make some more food videos over the next couple of days as well for Veganuary because, like I said before, Veganuary is such an important month because this is where we recruit people and show people that we don't eat nuts and seeds and grass. And actually, there's more to veganism than the food as well. It's about the animals. And this is why we're all doing this today, because we love animals and we want Dean's Farm Trust. We want to help them out, don't we? Thank you, Leon. Certainly have a good go. It'd be good if we could ship some of these out to all of you, to be fair. I'd spend the rest of the afternoon making them all for you and get courier service. Just Uber Eats over here for the Welsh cakes, please. That tip for the vegan foot pet. Was that the vegan place that I told you about, Helen? Because there's a vegan footwear company that's really good. I know Rebecca has some footwear from them as well. It's a cool idea, scheduling a live video with the ingredients people need in the description. Then you can do a cook along. Yes, Reese, we did that over Christmas. We did. We made some mince pies. There was a group of us that made some mince pies. That was really fun, just before Christmas. And then we also made some Christmas tree decorations. I haven't actually seen everyone's Christmas tree decorations they made, but we cooked them in the oven and made some. Oh, Mrs. Mooncat, hello. I bet your husband's preparing, is he? Putting his old makeup on for his next, his session coming up. Thumbs up streaming broadcast. Just trying to get through. I don't want to miss anyone's because all your comments are important. Great stream. I've got my eBay sales. Good idea. eBay sales linked. So when an item is sold, it goes to Dean's Trust Sanctuary. That's such a good idea. Such a good idea. I just discovered you, but that's awesome. Hopefully I can join next time. Yeah, honestly, you can get about 6 people on this screen, I think. So B has already made a suggestion as to what we should do on a future live stream. I'm not going to tell you now, but it's a recipe I did for the magazines, and it was a right all-round crowd pleaser because it was for cooking with kids that we used to do. So I made it with some kids. It was super easy and super tasty as well. So you didn't suck, B. Although I do wonder how they turned out in your air fryer. Air fryer queen. I got my mum and dad a second-hand air fryer for Christmas. And they're looking forward to trying that out. Hey guys, is this Mrs. Mooncat still? Hubby is busy prepping, putting on his dress and makeup. The mince pies were amazing when we did those, yeah, and they were super simple. B actually did her own filling because she doesn't like mincemeat, so it just shows you how easy recipes are to adapt and stuff. How long have we got left? We've only got 5 minutes, and my Welsh cake's nearly ready. I thought my Welsh cakes would be done well before we finished, and I'd have to sit here talking, but it turns out I'm just sitting here talking and still cooking Welsh cakes. Mrs. Mooncat, what is like living such a crazy boy? Answer us that, Mrs. Mooncat. Yes, it's lower down on your sale write-up. Gives you the option to donate to charity, and these are on there, which is great. That's an important thing to mention. So yes, please, everyone here, please donate something. Even if, I don't know if you can do 50p as an option, but, you know, every little helps. And we're all here for the same reason. We're all here for the same cause. And so please, if you can, donate as little or as much money as you possibly can. 36 watching, only 26 likes. Well spotted, UK vegan family. Where are you all at? Show us some support. And more importantly, you're here to support an animal sanctuary, which is what us vegans should be supporting. I expect we all share, almost all of us share the same reason why we're vegan, for the animals. There are very few people in life that say they don't like animals, okay? So I expect even if you went vegan for health reasons, it's now for the animals, because what we do to them is absolutely appalling. And sanctuaries like, I'm just trying to wrap it all up here, okay, because it's nearly Vegan Mooncats time, but sanctuaries like Dean Farm Trust save animals from the appalling conditions. They're saving dogs from puppy farms, which is a really good reason to not buy from puppy farms and things like that, okay? So thank you, anti-vegan nonsense. Don't forget to just, yes, thank you, thank you. So sanctuaries are so important. They're a really good place as well to take your family or friends that aren't yet educated to the ways of plant-based diet and a vegan lifestyle, because this is what we're trying to achieve, is the vegan lifestyle, not just the plant-based diet, but also the vegan lifestyle. I try and cover the diet side of things here, but the activism and everything is so important for beginning a vegan lifestyle, which is cutting out the toiletries that are testing animals and stuff, you know, because they do some appalling things to animals, okay, in those laboratories. They do appalling things to animals on farms, which is why we've got the sanctuaries, and this is why we're doing this today. So donate, donate, donate. Let's all remember why we're doing this, guys. Most of us are doing it for the animals, and if you're not, then it just doesn't, it can't hurt donating to a sanctuary at all. It's only for the good, okay? So, just need some water, sorry. She's going to be Welsh. Michelle Lowe is going to be trying out the Welsh cake recipe. Brilliant. Thank you, B. And now she's going to go and make Welsh cakes in her air fryer. So I hope you all enjoyed this, guys. I can't plug this sanctuary enough, to be fair, and I'm just sorry I couldn't share it on the screen. You've just had my face for a whole hour. But we're always doing live streams on here, to be fair. You'll always be able to catch one of us. We've got Vegan Mooncat next. He's just here. So head over to his channel now. And then we've got a whole list of people coming up later. Somehow I'll try and link the list of people below in the description. of this live stream, and then you can see the schedule for everyone that's coming up. So I'll go and list that now as well. And the vegan moon cat is coming up next. And that's a wrap, guys. We've been doing this for a whole hour. Welsh cakes are done. Vegan moon cat's up next. Donate, donate, donate. Peace and love to everyone. And don't forget to keep it vegan, guys. And I hope to catch you soon here. Thank you to everyone that came along. And I love you all. Take care, all of you, okay? And stay safe. It's fucking crazy out there. Goodbye.